So, with some of the current cap situation cleared up for the time being with the Philadelphia Eagles, um, kind of surprised some of us today in the moves that they have made. And I think some of the excitement from Nick Sirianni breaking down film is rubbing off on the front office to get some playmakers in here, hopefully, and add depth to our skill positions. What is going on, Lindy End Zone? I'm back with another video. I had to drop this one pretty quick because it's kind of breaking news, I guess, with more moves being made before the draft. Um, the Eagles decided to add depth to one of our more critical defensive positions in which we haven't had a whole lot of luck with production at. And we get another one of Jonathan Gannon's guys from Minnesota Vikings, and that is linebacker Eric Wilson. Now, I didn't want to be too harsh on the kid because we're talking about an undrafted free agent here. He's going to be going into his fifth year in the league, I believe. It's a 1 year deal worth about $3.25 million, so it's not a whole lot of money. Um, but at the same time, this was definitely an awesome um, addition to the depth of our linebacker core when we're when we're trying to figure out what Jonathan Gannon is hoping to build with this defense. He gets a guy that he's familiar with, coaching under Mike Zimmer. We're talking about a kid here who didn't necessarily grade well through PFF, and I know we can't treat stuff like that like it's the Bible, but we're talking about a young, hopefully up and coming defensive player here. He's going to be 27. He's only going to be 27 at the start of the 2021 season. He's currently 26. His birthday is in September, so once week one comes around, he'll be 27 years old. Maintaining youth, that's a great move. It's a great move. It's a great move in my opinion. So yeah, we're talking about a linebacker here who, like I said, PFF didn't like him very much this year. He was kind of thrown into the starting lineup a little bit. I think the Vikings dealt with injuries a lot more on the defensive side of the ball than the offensive side of the ball. And he had to come in and start 15 out of the 16 games. He did have a good amount of combined tackles. I think it was over 120. He recorded 3 interceptions. He had a forced fumble, 8 passes defensed. So we're talking a good depth piece here, and somebody to mold in combination with bringing guys back like Alex Singleton, working with TJ Edwards, hoping to see some sort of next step from Shad Bradley and Davion Taylor, other than these guys playing on special teams, and that's part of why this new coaching staff is exciting, because we're hoping that they can get the best out of the players. Just listening to Sirianni, preach about it in the film study over and over again and breaking down tape, how excited he gets when players just do their job and they work as a tandem together, and it's all solely based on teamwork. It's very contagious into how he speaks. So I like the signing. We all knew that we needed linebacker depth. This is good. It's on the cheaper end. Some can argue $3.25 million is a little bit for an undrafted free agent who just this year started for almost the whole season. I think in 2019 he only started about 8 games. I think 18 it was like 4 to 6 or something of that matter. So talking a linebacker here who's on the come up and hopefully continuing the trend under Jonathan Gannon that Eric can take the next step with the rest of the linebacker core that we're trying to build upon. However, that is not the only signing that happened today. I got to give it to them. Jordan Howard is coming back. I'm excited. I'm definitely excited about this one too, man. You know, it's he Jordan is the biggest what if, you know, from the running back position. When we seen how well he worked with Miles Sanders in 2019 and before he went down with that shoulder stinger, and just seeing him, oh, I almost had to sneeze there, but seeing him kind of take his little bits of evolution with being involved in the screen game or getting those quick passes near the sideline instead of just continuing to be pushed up the gut. He was trying to involve as a player, and that combination between him and Miles Sanders, that thunder and lightning. We've been wanting that. We've been wanting that power back. We've needed that help. We can't really rely on Boston Scott to do that. Yeah, he only comes in at about 5'6", 5'7", and he's hard to see in the trenches because he's so much shorter than these offensive linemen. But he doesn't have that girth to him to be able to bounce off tacklers or run through them. Jordan Howard can do that so long as he's utilized, so long as he stays healthy. This was it was a good move. It was a safe move to keep him in the building. Obviously, Nick Sirianni sees a use in him, and he shows the potential to have those kind of proper contributions to this offense. The running back room is kind of packed a little bit, I guess, in a sense. Maybe not, because some of the guys would be involved in special teams, obviously, and a couple of players I can name off the top of my head are we still have Elijah Holyfield and we still have Jason Huntley. So just keeping Jordan Howard in the mix to just help in that rotation to assist in that more immediate impact um, and there's a familiarity there. I think Jordan Howard was featured in some of the games when Jalen Hurts took over for Carson Wentz. You're just keeping another player that knows the quarterback enough to want to continue to work with him and build upon that chemistry. Now, note these guys are here on one-year deals, so hopefully, if things pan out, they're they're just going to be um, they're just going to be good depth pieces, and that's all we can ask for. Especially going into the draft, knowing how many holes that we have to try and plug up. So now we don't necessarily. So now there's a little bit less of a priority at these positions, but that's still not to say that you can't take a linebacker in as early as the second round, like a Jabril Cox for that matter. Yeah, I would be on board with a linebacker in the second. Um, my dream scenario is first round corner, second round linebacker, and then fill the rest of the positions as you will, because there's definitely more promise on offense at this point than there is defense. And you know, Big Play Slay is not getting any younger, and we need that kind of we need that kind of cornerstone cornerback to you know help carry this organization into the future. We only got 2 years left to Slay. We don't have any outside corners. We're hoping that Maddox goes into the slot with Nickel Roby-Coleman gone. Um, and that's not to and this isn't to discredit any potential growth in some of the other corners that we had to see later in the season with Michael Jaquette and Kevon Seymour for that matter. But you know, we have to get to a point where we're not we're not drafting for a need or we're not signing for a need. You know, it would be nice to be able to get in the mindset of strengthening a strength, and you know, for us, we can only do that in the draft for the time being. But that's going to close out this video. Yeah, quick recap. We got ourselves another linebacker, and we managed to keep Jordan Howard. I'm excited to see what Eric Wilson can do in this defense with Jonathan Gannon. You know, but that's going to do it for me. This is Lindy Enzo once again. Thank you for checking out the content, hanging out with me. Leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you want. Yeah, that's going to do it for me. I'll catch you guys next time, and take care.